Okay, so it took them like a minute or two before they finally started moving. It actually took them so long that the first guy to come in, as you can see, no longer has the X to indicate that he is a migrant. So he's already like turned into a citizen. Let's go ahead and let this run. See how many guys we got. I'm hoping for a big one. This should be the third migrant wave, so this should be a relatively large group of people. Yeah, that's looking like quite a bit. I'm pretty excited. Let's see if the game picks up on how many we have. We're already up to 31. And they're still coming. So this is pretty exciting. I'm pretty stoked for this. Hopefully we should have enough people to actually get some decent work done now. Still coming. Up to 37. So it looks like another miner. A couple of juveniles, so... I don't recognize all of the sprites. That guy looks like just a straight-up fighter. What are you, good sir? You are a potash maker. Useless. Oh, nice, Spear Dwarf. Awesome. Yeah, this guy is just a fighter. He is Spear Dwarf, shield user, armor user, dodger. That's all he has. And potash. So... Another fighter. He is cheesemaker. Cheesemaker is useless to me. Ooh, an armor smith. Very nice. I can finally get to work on making some equipment for my guys. And from the looks of it, we should be able to fill out the squad now. Man, they're still coming. What are we up to? 44. Still coming. And that guy's just standing there for some reason. So, come on, buddy. Everyone else is moving inside. Don't just stand there. You, blue guy, Smurf, move it. Come on. Why are you just standing there? What is your primary objective? I can't even see what he wants to do because he's not a member of my society yet. Come on. Let's go. You know you want to move it. All your friends are already inside. Come on, don't just stand there. Well, while he's doing that, you know, being useless and whatnot, we're going to go ahead and upgrade or not upgrade, but put more people in our pasture. So all these named ones we don't have to worry about. Someone is taking care of them. So we're going to put this poult, this calf, and it looks like that's it. Named animals you don't really have to worry about. Like, the ones that are stray, you definitely want to make sure in a pen, because otherwise they're going to wander around. They'll hang out in your meeting area, and most of the time they starve to death. They just stand there. Unless you have an animal caretaker, but I like to put them in a pen so they actually have something to eat. And also, as stated before, so they're really close to the butcher shop when I need some more meat. Speaking of, we're doing okay on foodstuffs. So, whenever this guy wants to mosey on over. So it's safe to say, like, we'll just go ahead and say for now we're up to 44. If any more dwarves show up, I will definitely update you. But for now, just go ahead and do a quick check of my store, see how much. We have quite a bit of charcoal. I really wish this guy would stop standing here. I don't know why the game does. Like, I have never. Like, this seriously has to be just something with the new version, because I've never seen this before, where they just stand there, very confused when there's an open pathway. But yeah, so I don't think all these are actually set up. Oh, good, my miners are actually working. Even though we have enough space for 44 dwarves, I don't believe all of these are set up as rooms yet. So I'm gonna go through and set all these up as rooms, and then get those armor smiths to work on. Actually, let's go ahead and go through and see what all we have added. So, yes, we have 3 miners now. Very nice. Although I'm wondering if this one says no job, so I doubt he has a pick. I'll have to check that and probably make him one. We still only have 1 woodcutter. We have a new mason or stone worker. We got some rangers. We're up to 2 animal caretaker. Oh, nice. We have 3 armorers and a weaponsmith. Very exciting. We're up to 4 gem setters, 1 craft dwarf, 2 glazers, which are useless. We're down to, these are my original guys, my legendary woodcrafter, fisher dwarf. We have several more farmers, another brewer, a couple of, or 1 butcher, a herbalist who is probably useless, a miller, a planter, potash maker. Yeah, most of these guys are going to get stuck into my military. Livestock has increased. A lot of these are pets, though. Okay, yeah, so see this guy, this is another fisher dwarf. This is the guy that's just standing there. He's not actually a member of our society yet, so he's showing up on the other page. I'm surprised it's not the... I guess since we know that the Snatcher took the kid, he's not going to show up in Missing, but you think he would, because, I mean, we saw him get snatched. Well, I don't know, I guess I just kind of... Okay, so now we're up to 48 dwarves. So, let's jump back, see if he's actually moving, or if he's still just standing there. Okay, now, okay, here comes some more dwarves. We have... Okay, yeah, these are the extra armorers that were showing up on the screen. A spinner, and this guy's still just standing there for some reason. That is so weird. I wonder why he's doing that. I wonder if it's because he's blocked in by that tree, maybe? I don't know. Let's find out. Let's cut this tree down. Well, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and cut it off here and get to work on some of those projects I was talking about. So I will see you when I get back. Or when something interesting happens. Or, you know, whatever. Alright, so it is still spring, late spring, so we're coming up on summer, and our first Elven caravan has shown up. Now, I've seen a lot of players, they like to give the elves a lot of flack, because the elves really don't like it if you cut down a lot of trees, and they don't really like it if you sell them anything that is wooden. A lot of people like to call them dirty hippies, and even hypocrites, because they have almost all of their wares are wood, and they sell you a bunch of wood. My theory behind it is that since they worship the wood and they live one with the wood or the trees or nature, whatever, then they probably have like a ritual or something. I don't know. I see it like they don't really see it as if you give them wood, it's not Elven kosher, I guess would be the best way to describe it. But I don't really care too much because they almost always bring a lot of just straight up logs to buy. And they're a pretty good source to really boost your exported wealth because they like a lot of stone crafts, you know. The only problem is I've been slacking and I haven't been making anything to trade at all, so I'm going to have to get lucky, and if I have some powders, I do have a lot of dye and a lot of flour, and that tends to be worth quite a bit of money, so I'm going to end up having to trade that. Or at least I hope that's me. Some of that is restricted. So that's sand and probably the longland flour, but there's dwarven sugar, the wheat flour, and the dimple dye, that's all mine. So that tends to be worth quite a bit of money, so we're not really going to get as much as we want. Like I said, I've really been slacking. I haven't been making nearly as many crafts as I probably should have been. But we'll just go ahead and let the... I'll go ahead and cut from here. I mean, there's really no need to watch the elves trundle in to the trade depot. One thing I did want to point out is that guy is still just sitting there. And if we go to the unit screen, he's still showing up as other. I have no idea what's going on. So the final count, I guess, citizens is 48. He's probably going to get slaughtered when the first... I mean, unless something changes and he actually becomes a member of society, he's probably just going to chill there for the rest of the game. So I don't really know what's going on with that. Oh, something else I wanted to show you. With that last migrant wave, we had enough to make... We had enough to fill out our first squad, which is mostly mace dwarves. Look at that, seriously. We have our first 3 guys, who are mace, hammer, mace. 1 spear dwarf, 2 spear dwarfs, 1 swords dwarf, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's a total of 6 mace dwarves in 1 squad. So I'll probably force them to learn some other weapon just to kind of round the squad out a little bit. But we also have enough to make almost a full squad of marks dwarves, which, as you can see, I made the leader of it the sheriff, because no one else is really qualified, and the sheriff does eventually turn into the captain of the guard. So once that happens, I'll probably just cancel out. I'll probably just have this guy cancel out of the squad, and then make the city guard out of the. I'll turn this squad into the city guard, basically. What else? Oh, since I actually have made the sheriff, I probably should get cracking on the jail. I still haven't done that yet. I'm doing a little, like... I've heard other Let's Players say that doing a Let's Play and playing the game at the same time actually makes it harder. I did not believe them until now. This is probably... Well, I mean, also this is a new version, but I mean, not a whole lot has changed. So I'm kind of slacking a little bit, because I'm thinking about what I want to do in the game and what I want to talk about when I record. So I'm not making any excuses. I'm sure it's entertaining for you guys to watch me screw up. But yeah, so like I said, I'm going to cut it, and then once the elves get here, I'll go ahead and let you know, just give you a quick recap of what we're trading for. So I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so here we are at the trade screen. I went ahead and went through the whole thing. As you can see at the top, like kind of what I was talking about before, with the elves not, you know, with them having a kosher version of wood. At the top here it says, we are enchanted by your more ethical works, we've come to trade. So just kind of a quick recap. They didn't bring any lumber this time. It was all finished products. But I went through and pretty much grabbed up any alcohol they had to offer, because, you know, as I think I said in the previous video, your dwarves tend to get sick of drinking the same thing over and over and over again. And really, since we want this to be a very big, you know, extravagant fortress, we really want them to have as much variety as possible. You know, we want them to feel like they live in a fancy place. So, you know, just the spirits, some more wine variations, some beer. That's really all they have. They don't really have too much. I didn't pick up any of the weapons or any of the armor. I grabbed all of the shields and bucklers they had to offer, just to kind of help me get a head start on equipping my squads. Snagged up all the sand they have, because we don't have any natural sand. Oop, missed one. We don't really have any natural sand of our own in this area. I'm not really going to worry about grabbing up any seeds, because I'm probably not going to make my own above ground farming. I'm really just going to rely on the humans and the elves to bring me my own supply. I didn't get any cloth from these guys, because they only have rope reed, and rope reed is expensive. As you can see, it's like $430, $460 per bin. This is the only one that's underneath 400. Yeah, see, these are all expensive, and the rest of this is all just crafts. Oh, and I made sure to snatch up valley herbs, and then just regular, like, pickleberry seeds and wild strawberries and things like that. But the reason why I take the valley herbs is because you can actually process these into golden salve, and I think they actually have some for sale. I'll go ahead and jump up real quick, see if I can find it. Yeah, see, golden salve, one barrel is 1,000. So, you know, that's a pretty lucrative thing to get, because as you can see, we're only spending 50 dwarf bucks, whatever the currency is, for 5 valley herbs. It turns out I could really only... Oh, and then the things we're offering for sale is just all like figurines and scepters and things like that. It turns out we couldn't use any of the powders because there's only one barrel, and it's a barrel which is wood, which would, you know, obviously they would get very upset with us. So we can't trade that. So let's just go ahead and see. Their profit is pretty low, so they're probably going to ask for some more things. And yep, there it is. They're asking for some crowns, rings, just some more stuff in general. So we'll go ahead and oops, we'll go ahead and have them. Oh wait, I misread that. They went ahead and accepted it for. That's a pretty low take. I'm actually surprised they took that. But yeah, so that's all we really needed from these guys. So we'll go ahead and jump out, send my broker away, and move these goods back to where they belong. Cool. So that's all we really have to do from the elves. We can just get back to doing our own thing. I'm going to try something here real quick, so you guys can watch. I'm going to go ahead and activate my military alert and turn on this burrow. Oh, the burrow that I made in the earlier video when the Goblin Snatcher came, I went ahead and expanded that. So let's go ahead and turn that on and see if this guy goes for it. Nope, not going for it. So inactive. All right, so I guess he's just not there forever. Don't know what's going on with that. I'll check the bug report later. But yeah, so that's it for now. You know, the season's probably going to change pretty soon because we are in late spring. So unless anything significant happens, I might not even document. Well, no, I'll go ahead and document it just because that's what I've been doing. So I'll be back when that happens.